Okay, so here's a worked example for the first one on the list, which is confusingly number 2. So we are told we have hydrochloric acid and copper carbonate, and we need to predict the products of this reaction. So the first thing we know from looking back at, I think it was slide 5 or 6 on the PowerPoint, where we have all the different reactions of acids, we know that an acid reaction with a carbonate produces a salt, water, and carbon dioxide, which is a gas. So you will see it bubbling in your reaction mixture. Okay, so our salt is going to be the ending of our acid plus the metal ion from our base. So we're going to have copper chloride plus water plus carbon dioxide. Okay, so that is the word equation for that reaction. So the second part of this is we now need to write this as a balanced symbol equation. So the first step to that is working out what the formula of each of these different parts of the equation are. What are the formula of our reactants and what are the formula of our products? And then we need to balance so they're the same number of atoms on each side of the equation. So let's start first of all with the formulas. Hydrochloric acid, one you should all know, HCl. Copper carbonate. A carbonate ion is CO3 2 minus. Again, these are one of these compound ions. It always travels as a group, and overall this carbon and 3 oxygens has a charge of -2. Copper, we're going to presume here it's copper 2, which is the most common one, Cu2 plus. So to combine these together, we've got equal charges. I've got a 2 plus ion here and a 2 minus ion here, so we can just stick them together because the charge is balanced. CuCO3, copper carbonate. Our products. Here, copper is a 2 plus ion, chloride is a single minus ion, group 7 needs to gain 1 electron in order to fill an outer shell. This is a transition metal, so you will always be given what the charge on this is. So it will normally write copper 2 chloride like that. Okay. So Cu, I've got 2 pluses here, 1 minus here, so I need 2 of these to get a 2 minus to balance my 2 plus. So Cl2, a small 2. So this compound has 1 copper ion and 2 chloride ions bound together in an ionic structure. Plus water. Hopefully you all know the formula of water. And hopefully you all know the formula for carbon dioxide. But you could work those out. They're small covalent molecules. They share electrons, and you could work those out. Okay, so now we have our formulas, and now we need to balance our equation. So this is my method. Different people have different ways of doing it, but this is my method. It's important that we have the same number of atoms in our reactants as in our products. So we need the same number of copper atoms on this side as this side. We need the same number of hydrogen atoms on this side as this side, and so forth. So what I do is I work through each atom and I balance them up, working through each one at a time. So let's start. And it'll become more clear when you see my method. So I'm going to start with chlorine. In my reactants, I have 1 chlorine. In my products, I have 2 chlorines. So already I have an imbalance, which means I need 2 on this side. When you're balancing, you always use big numbers at the beginning of the compound. You can't change the structure of hydrochloric acid. It is always 1 hydrogen bonded with 1 chlorine. So the only way I can get 2 chlorines on this side is by putting a big 2 in front. So now I've got 2 molecules of hydrochloric acid, which gives me 2 chloride ions. So my chlorines are now